With a population of less than 500,000 people, Brunei Darussalam is by far the smallest nation within ASEAN. Yet, despite its small size, it is estimated to be the world's fifth richest nation because of its natural gas and petroleum resources. Situated on the island of Borneo, Brunei gained independence from the United Kingdom in 1984 and is ruled by a sultan or king. Although present-day Brunei covers only around 5,800 square kilometers, in the 15th and 16th centuries, the Bruneian Empire is thought to have included nearly all of Borneo, including Sarawak and Sabah, part of present-day Philippines including Manila and several other islands in the region. By the time European travelers arrived, Islam was the major religion in Brunei, and records indicate that the country had built one of the largest mosques in the region. Although initially based on English common law, the country has more recently introduced in phrases Sharia law by which the people will be ruled. Brunei is the only country in ASEAN where Sharia law is dominant, although there are various levels of jurisdiction in other countries such as Malaysia and Indonesia where Sharia law may be used to settle disputes. With the discovery of petroleum in 1929, Brunei's economy grew. By 1940, the country was producing more than 6 million barrels, and for most of the past century, the country's economy has depended on the production of oil and gas. Several national development plans have ensured access to education, excellent health care, and well-maintained infrastructure. Brunei became ASEAN's sixth member in 1984.
Hello. How was it? It's very fun.
So we're going to AYPVC, which stands for, I think it's ASEAN Young Professional Volunteer Committee something. Yeah, and now we're going to interview them. I'm reading through the information about them and reviewing the questions.
One of our very first stops in Brunei was the AYPVC, or ASEAN Young Professionals Volunteer Corps. The project, initiated by Brunei's Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports, aimed to bring together young professionals from around ASEAN to perform volunteer work in areas of their expertise in various locations throughout ASEAN. We spoke with some of the directors of the program, as well as some of the volunteers who had participated in some of the earlier projects organized by the organization.
What is the AYPVC and what is the purpose of this organization?
AYPVC, it stands for ASEAN Young Professional Volunteer Corps. So it was started last year as part of an initiative by the ASEAN leaders. They wanted to get more young people involved in community outreach and projects, to help our fellow community, because we're all ASEAN nation, right? So we all should look out for each other. So we tackle issues not excluding health, education, environment. We also look out for communities that need help, such as the ones that have special need, the ones who are poor, and the ones who don't have employment. So the second objective is to strengthen our existing network and ties between the ASEAN nations.
Can you talk a little about the three projects that your organization has initiated, like the Cambodia, Indonesia, and the Philippines, and why have you chosen these three countries, and which need do you hope to address?
So I will speak on behalf of being a participant, as let's see, I cannot say much about why the organizers chose these three countries in particular to kickstart. We tackled different issues for these three countries. Like in Cambodia, their main area of interest was health, education, and agriculture. In Indonesia, it was disaster management as well as special needs. So this was to do with children with autism, Down syndrome. And in the Philippines, it was to do with environmental issues as well as wash, sanitation, and hygiene.
I would like to know about the criteria or requirement on choosing the location on where
what the AYPVC would call?
I think the most important part here is identifying your network. You need to have somebody local to work with because they will help you handle everything you need to do, like the groundwork and all the communication stuff. And then we also have to take into account the duration. How long do you want your participants to stay in that country? You have to think about your objectives of going there. There are many problems when you go to area A and area B, and you need to narrow it down. Ideally, we're trying to strive for long-term objectives, and that's why you need to network well with the locals there, so that when you leave the project site, there is someone to hand over the work to, and you can ensure that there is some kind of follow-up or continuation at least.
Why do you think that volunteering is important for building a community?
Okay, I think volunteering is important in a community regardless of your age. You are never too young to be exposed to volunteering. There are many ways you can volunteer. Volunteering creates a community where you look out for each other. If you want to live in a community, you have to make it a home not only for yourself but for everyone else. We have the ASEAN population is made up of mainly youth. So this is something where we can start, and we are at the age of social media. It's easier to spread awareness at this day and age.
Do you think that it would be possible to expand the AYPVC and make it open to young people all across the ASEAN?
Yes, I think it's very possible. Especially when I was working in Philippines, our main focal person we work with were also youth. And they happen to be youth leaders from the different division of Paseco, the place where I was in. So all these youth leaders come in and discuss with us. So our main point was not to get the mass quantity, but to get their leaders. Once we train the leaders, we give them the materials they need, and then follow up from them. We hope that they can multiply our effort.
How can non-Bruneians support or participate in AYPVC?
AYPVC is open to all 10 ASEAN countries. So usually application will be open and available online. We have an online website. And I think from there, we hope that our alumni also help spread the word to their existing network. Because our alumni come from people who are students, university students, high school, even working with NGOs. We hope that they would help spread the word. And of course, everyone is open. Feel free to.
Selamat datang. Welcome to Brunei. Today I'm in here at the Sultan Mosque, or we call Sultan Omar Saifuddin Mosque 3. This mosque was built in 1958. They built for the Sultan Omar Saifuddin 3. So this mosque have a 5 dome in the top of the part, covered by gold. And so when you come to Brunei, you have to meet here. See you.
As Tew mentioned, the Sultan Omar Ali Saifuddin Mosque was built in 1953 and complete in 1958. The mosque is a major landmark and tourist destination in Brunei. Considered one of the most beautiful mosques in Asia, this place of worship for the local Muslim community was constructed for approximately $9 million. At 52 meters in height, the mosque can be seen from nearly everywhere in the capital and is situated in an artificial lagoon on the banks of the Brunei River. The main dome of the mosque is covered in pure gold, and visitors can get a panoramic view of the city from the top of the minaret. To learn about Brunei and the country's culture, we visit the International School Brunei and shared some experiences with students at the school. Our visit starts with a presentation about Brunei, its history, and about Islam, particularly the information about the 5 pillars of Islam and the description of some of the mosques, and of course, the Kaaba was very interesting. The last part of the presentation was about a traditional Bruneian dish, ambuyat. And after showing us how easy it is to make, it was our turn to try it ourselves. Ambuyat is made from the interior trunk of the sago palm. The material is starchy in nature, similar to tapioca and bland. Eaten with a bamboo fork, it is the sauces into which the ambuyat is dipped that provide the flavor. In the video, it didn't seem so difficult, simply adding water to flour. But getting the proportions right was more difficult than it looked. Luckily, there were some other food for us to taste and taste, from cookies and cake to sweet wrapped in banana leaf.
Take a bite. What does it taste like?
Sticky and sweet, yeah, it's good. I like it.
After our cooking lesson and lunch, we participated in music lesson in which we learned how to play the tambourine. After quite a long lesson, we finally had to show our competence, first as a pair, then as an entire group. Of course, we are good musicians, so we did very well.
My name is Namasaya.
If you end the word with the word crab from your part of your name, it's more polite.
I think you know Asian.
Yes, but I know, but I don't.
Like this.
Okay, stand up and show.
Well, it doesn't matter if you don't have to do it, you know.
There you go.
Like an action, like not the boxing, but it's an action.
For our final activity, we learn a few phrases in the local Malay language, and then present our language skills as well as some other skills such as Thai boxing to our gracious host.
Can you tell us a little bit about Brunei history?
Brunei is actually a small island. It was quite big actually. It consisted of Sabah and Sarawak. I think by the 15th to 16th to 17th century, most of the lands have been depleted. They sold it to foreigners. We remain a small pearl island as Brunei Darussalam. And our Sultan is from Awang Alak Betatar, who then converted to Muslim and called himself Sultan Muhammad. And since then, we have a chronology of sultans from that on, from the 13th century until today. We have Sultan Haji Hassan al-Bolkiah,
who is the 29th Sultan of Brunei Darussalam.
What do you think are important aspects of Brunei culture?
Everything is important. Since Brunei culture, we still follow our religion, so our culture does depend on our religion.
What do non-Muslims need to know about Brunei?
Brunei is safe, that's for sure. We may not be as modern in Malaysia, Singapore, or Indonesia, but to me, Brunei is one of the safest countries. We maintain what we have been doing for the last few hundred years. We maintain our privilege, we maintain our culture, we maintain our religion, we maintain our king. So it's very peaceful.
What do you think is one of the biggest challenge facing Brunei right now?
Nowadays, religion is the main issue at the moment, where Islam mostly be criticized by any other country because of hudud and so on. Because in Brunei we're having a new system, we have hudud, so not a lot of people understood it, but it's quite a sensitive issue. But still, as a Muslim, we do support the issue, because as a Muslim we must believe in what our religion tells us.
How do you think Brunei will change in the next 10 years?
Change? I'm not sure. If it was to change, I guess, I hope it won't. It still maintain. I do hope my country will stay as it is at the moment. In my personal opinion, I prefer to be myself and my country at the moment, because it's safe. It's where I want to be. No matter where I go, no matter what country I go, I still feel home. I still feel my home is the best. I still feel my home is the safest. Economically, maybe we should increase our economy so that it will help our country. But apart from that, I guess I wouldn't mind with no changes at all.
In 2015, ASEAN will introduce the ASEAN Economic Community.
Okay.
When this happens, all the people in these 10 countries will be expect to speak English and work in English. Do you think Brunei is ready?
In language, yes, Brunei is ready. Bruneians can speak English very well.
This week I like when we take a boat to see the monkey and the crocodile, and it's a very long distance and it's pretty scary because sometimes when the driver like stop, I thought the oil is off already, like no more oil, and the engine almost broke every time like he stopped. So it's very scary, and he said that it's crocodile everywhere.
Yesterday I went to fly a bird to the jungle to find the monkeys that had a really big nose like this. So I couldn't find it because it's hard to find, but I find some monkey that is not the big nose monkey.
I'm bouillage because it's very delicious.
I like the mosque that behind me.
In Brunei, I really like the traffic is there's very small amount of cars that we can travel to anywhere. I think that the interview is going good and they are really kind to answer as many questions as possible. I may volunteer, yeah, because I mean it's a good project and it brings youth professional all over ASEAN together, so it can be both ways. I mean, we can make friends with this project and we can also help the community.
Good project for ASEAN.